You want to support Roland Martin Unfiltered? Be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give to us supports our daily digital show. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real as Roland Martin Unfiltered. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered daily digital show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. You can make this possible. Allow me to, but I do think this has to happen. And let me be perfectly clear. I have been saying this for years, Reese. Years. Like years. And I love the scene from the movie. One of my favorite scenes from the movie is from the movie Hoodlum. When you don't know, you don't know. And if folk don't know what you've done, they won't know. So last week when the CBC was all up in arms over Ice Cube and this whole deal, they were like, but we've done this, this, this. And I said, don't nobody know. Which means that you have to articulate to them. Mm-hmm. And I said, and your answer can't be, but we did this, this, this. I said, no, it's called compare and contrast. So they did. This is what they sent me. Pull it up. Okay. We're going to start. This is the Jobs and Justice Act of 2020 versus Trump's Platinum Plan. We're going to go Trump first. Invest almost $20 billion towards broadband and internet access to create job opportunities, improve classroom connectivity, and access to telehealth services. That's what Trump says he wants to do. This is what the CBC said they did. The bill invests $100 billion to create over 1.9 million jobs by addressing critical physical and digital resources needs in schools. That's literally in their plan. Donald Trump says he's going to look at examining barriers to employment, including fees, occupational licensing, arrest record inaccuracy, and expungement. The CBC says they created a 3-year program at the Department of Labor to test the impact of federal job guarantees in up to 15 diverse communities and regions experiencing high unemployment. Donald Trump says reach greater levels of historic employment and wage growth for the black community. Kind of generic. The CBC plan says encourage businesses contracted to rebuild infrastructure to recruit, actively hire, and provide on-the-job training to African-American men ages 18 to 39. Let me say it again, black men. In the very bill the House passed, it said to actively hire and provide on-the-job training of African-American men ages 18 to 39. Under small businesses, this is what Donald Trump says. He will grow minority-owned businesses with additional tax cuts to stimulate hiring and investment. CBC allow entrepreneurs to contribute up to $10,000 per year into a tax-free account for business-related expenses. Contributions to the account could accumulate up to $150,000 and withdrawn tax-free. All you brothers with businesses, that's you. Under education, Donald Trump said federal, state, and local community partnership to close failing schools to replace with full school choice and education opportunity. CBC invests $2.5 billion in new federal grants to encourage states and districts to ban unfair and discriminatory school discipline practices and improve school climates, particularly related to girls of color. That's $2.5 billion. Donald Trump has no dollar figure on his. Last one. Under police reform, Donald Trump says restore safety to America's great cities by working with police departments, community leaders, and mental health professionals to install the most responsive, professional, and accountable models of policing, including diversity training and accreditation standards. And this is the same guy who got rid of diversity training on the federal level, but he has it in his plan. Last point here. The CBC says the Justice and Policing Act calls for real reform to ban chokeholds and no-knock warrants, limit the transfer of military-grade equipment to state and local enforcement, require body cameras, reinvesting in critical community-based programs, and create a nationwide police misconduct registry, and much more. So, if you are a black man or a black person, and you are saying, Donald Trump's Platinum Plan, this is what he's going to do for us. I just read for you what the CBC has already done It has been passed in their bill, passed in the House, and Mitch McConnell won't bring it up on the Senate. This, Reese, is what the CBC should have been doing a year ago. Right. And when it passed, compare and contrast and show. So when an Ice Cube, or when a KRS-One, or when a 50 Cent, or when a brother down the street, or when a sister in Texas, or when somebody else says, y'all ain't doing nothing, you got to tell people what you're doing. And what I'm saying, I recall saying this to CBC members 20 years ago. 20 years ago, and I've been saying the same thing for 20 years. If don't nobody know what the CBC Foundation does, and what the CBC Institute does, and what the CBC PAC does, then they're not gonna know. That's on you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad I got the memo, because I remember even, I think it was last week where you went through this kind of like Word document looking thing that they provided. This is exactly what I've also been saying about graphics. I still don't have them from the Biden campaign. I know people are working on them. Some people have like on their own made graphics, but messaging is so important. You know, like what they say, if a tree falls in the woods and nobody makes, if it doesn't make a noise, did anybody hear it, or whatever the situation may be? Like you have to take credit. You have to brag about what you're doing. That's why I said earlier, our Black Party agenda is almost exactly what the CBC is doing. The CBC is not monolithic within itself. There are people who are more progressive and more conservative. So you could even find within the CBC people who might agree with, for instance, defund the police as a slogan as it's being used. So there's a messaging problem that the Democrats have. I mean, this is a great start. You know, people aren't following the CBC, but at least people like us who do follow them, this is something that's very easy to share. I shared this graphic and they were right on it. I asked somebody in my comments, well, do you follow the CBC? And the CBC responded and I shared it or whatever. But this is what we have to do, unfortunately, because if it's not in a graphic, if it's not in a meme, you're going to lose about 30% of the population that's engaged on social media, because they don't read. I know that sounds mean, but they don't read, okay? But graphics or things like that help. And so this is what they have to do. And also with the Biden campaign tonight is a debate night. I'm hoping that he, gets a better economic message. It was amazing to me when 50 Cent said, well, they're going to tax the hell out of me, vote for Trump. And the only response that I saw from the Biden campaign was, well, nobody under $400,000 is going to see a tax increase. Well, when I actually looked up the Moody's analysis for it, it shows that not only that, the average household is going to get a $750 tax cut under Biden's plan. I haven't seen them articulate that. And that the average income after taxes is going to grow by $4,600. Also, they're going to have 7.8 million jobs and achieve full employment by 2022. Unlike Trump, who will not achieve full employment under his plan as analyzed by Moody and the next administration. And so here's the thing. You have winning policies. In the case of the CBC, you have legislation that completely aligns with what people say that they want. But you have to tell people about it. People are not curious. People are not taking the initiative. And so the onus has to be on you to articulate what you're doing so that people or even reach out to people who are these Johnny-come-latelys that are very annoying and very arrogant, and they're trying to plant a flag like Christopher Columbus and say, hey, this is what we're already doing. Hop on board with us.
And what you also do, Greg, you take this and you don't put it in one graphic. You then break it up where you have one slide where you say Trump's plan, what he say he gonna do, what we've done. What he say he's going to do, what we've done. What he says, what he will do for Black America, what we've done. That's how you do it. Look, there's a reason why Republicans kick Democrats' asses in messaging, because they know how to do it. Hey, man, look, every time I debated one of them fools on CNN or any other network, I was never worried about losing. Never. Because I had my stuff ready. I know how to message. And my deal is, you can't keep saying, I don't know why people don't give us no credit, because you've never told them explicitly what you've done. Greg, final comment, if I gotta go to break.
Well, very quickly, Roland, and I'll come back and talk about these judges again, because we're looking at something that's taking place in a much larger field. Reese really hit it. You know, younger people are consumed by the digital age. And so if you don't do what you're saying, then it's going to get lost. And I'm talking about people in college. I mean, I'm a teacher. I see it every day. It's almost like you got to translate those things that way. You know, and as far as 50 is concerned, he understands that. Yeah, maybe he'll pay some more taxes, but everybody who watches Power is going to get a tax break if they even earn enough to pay taxes. You know, but I understand Curtis. I mean, he never took a straight path nowhere. Life's full of twists and turns, bumps and bruises. He lives, he learns, and he's going to find out that in very short order, this country. This isn't about Democrats and Republicans. See, this is one of the. That's why I keep referring to the GOP as the white nationalist party. The Democratic Party is still playing as if this is a country.
Right.
This is, you see, and this is the problem with the CBC and everybody else. They think there's some rules out here. Rules? There are no rules. As Eddie Murphy said in The Nutty Professor, you think I'll be listening to you. I don't be listening to you. So when they are talking to Lindsey Graham, these people not listening to you. So the CBC is not going to win any messaging game by thinking they can just put information out there. People will say, let's debate it in the barbershop. I think we can now vote. No, this is a propaganda war being fought with some people who don't have any rules. And if you want to lose, keep thinking it's a debate.
All right, folks, back to that Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just one moment. All right, the folks at Ceek.com, black-owned company founded by Mary Spio. They, of course, a virtual reality company. You can check out their content at Ceek.com, CEEK.com. You can do so, of course, with these VR headsets. You can look at it, of course, on your regular device or your pad or your computer. But if you want to experience being in the room, you can use this headset right here. All you simply do is just pop in your cell phone in here, pop it on, and then put this headset on, and you can literally experience their content in virtual reality. And so allows for you to do a 360-degree view of the room. But also, folks, they have the 360-degree 4D headphones right here. These are Bluetooth headphones. They have complete surround sound in terms of as you hear the particular music. Gamers love them as well when they're playing their games. And so it's just phenomenal bass in these headphones as well. You can get one or both devices at Ceek.com using this promo code RMVIP 2020, RMVIP 2020. So we certainly thank the folks at Ceek.com for being a partner with us here at Roland Martin Unfiltered. All right.